What's good, YouTube? Welcome back for episode 2 of season 2 of the Freebooter Challenge. In the last episode, we captured this little military base here, and it turned out to have quite a bunch of good stuff. So what we're going to do today is we need to get us an assembler running along with some other things. The reason why we need to do this is we need to be able to tear this base down. We're basically going to create a temporary base here in order to find some water and move forward. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, is work on getting the assembler and getting the just temporary base built here. We do have computers. If we need them, we can grab them from the drop pod here. The drop pod's completely temporary. I want to create a new rover coming up soon in order to move forward, but currently I think we still need it. We don't have everything built yet, so I'm going to try to avoid messing with that too much as it is. I'm going to look around and see if there's anything good to grab that we can use. And I guess not. It looks like we're going to have to grab some computers and displays from here. Let's see how many we need here. Or we need 160. We've got 136. Let's see. I don't have any in storage either, which is going to be an issue here. No, I don't. We could start with the basic assembler, which is what I think I'm going to do, and just build up from there. So I'm going to take all this apart and build us a basic assembler here. So let's see. I need a basic assembler, and we're just going to connect it directly to the cargo containers here. Looks like we just got us a spawn here. Let me go ahead and get this thing set up here to do the thing and grab what we need out of here. So we're only one display short, which means we can grab a display from something over here. I just saw a couple of them. I need to find out where they were. I think they were in the... Yeah, there's one in this cargo container here, which is empty. So that's not a big deal. I'll grab the display out of there. And now we have us a basic assembler running. So we should be able to take a lot of this stuff apart. Not all of it quite yet. But we're just going to disassemble everything here. Let me get all of that into the inventory. Alright, so while I was just messing around waiting on some of these things to disassemble here, I've been taking up these steel catwalk plates that were in the floor here. And we actually managed to find an O2 generator with like almost 11,000 ice in it. I think that's amazing, and we will definitely be using that. That'll help us find the ice deposit that we're looking for. We're probably going to have to fly to find an ice deposit and then move our base over towards it afterwards. So that's going to be a good thing now that we found that. This is taking forever, so I'm going to go ahead and just work on getting as much of this broken down as I possibly can. Alright, so I got lucky and found a bunch of solar cells. I believe it was from the two solar panels that I already broke down in the last episode, which is really good because that's what we needed for the computers. So we should be able to go ahead and build the computers when we're done here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish breaking these down, and I'm going to get the computers started up. Alright, so I've got it all going, and hopefully we will have enough to do what we need to do here. If not, I'll go ahead and shift middle click to queue up what we do need. It looks like we're still short some computers. Let's see, we should be making all of this stuff. Yeah, we're making all of it, so we're almost done here. Alright, so now we can just go ahead and go into production here. Start dragging everything that we can into the assembler. Did I misplace it? I believe I did. We'll go ahead and move it just to make sure it's connected. Okay, so that should be better. Let's go ahead and start dragging everything into the basic assembler here. Small cargo container 7 is not connected for some reason. Or 6. There we... Oh, okay, so I was being dumb and dragging it into the wrong place, apparently. I was dragging it into the input here instead of the output. Or, you know what I mean, into the ingot slots instead of the inventory slots. So now I'm just going to continue to disassemble all this stuff so we can have the raw components and build exactly what we want to build. Alright, so while that's working, I decided we're going to do something a little bit differently this time. Last time we had a stationary base and we didn't really get around very much, so I want to make sure that we promote exploration in this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to start a rover, and we're going to use a rover as our main base. This thing's going to be massive though in order to get what we need to get done. So I'm just basically going to build the giant rover as the main base here, and we're going to ride around on the rover in order to do all of our traveling. That way it'll promote us finding more things as well. It's going to have to be pretty big, so let's go ahead and make it super wide, because if it's not wide enough, it's going to be, it's not going to handle very well. And I also want to give it like almost like a trailer setup to where it's really maneuverable throughout the terrain. So I'm going to section it off using rotors and such in order to give it more flexibility and maneuverability. Okay, so let's see what we need to open up these wheels here. I'm going to need landing gear, so let's see. I'm just gonna toss a landing gear directly on top here and build it real quick, because we're not gonna need it, so I'm just gonna end up getting rid of it anyway. Okay, now we can take it apart. And I'm gonna grab a 5x5 large grid wheel here. I'm going to put left and right. That way the tread's going correctly. Alright, so this one is going to be the left wheel. So let me go ahead and get this right. Okay, I'm going to have to move this up a little further if I want to do that. So let me go ahead and drop this. And move this entire thing up a few blocks. Okay, so I went 13 blocks wide. That way we've got an uneven number and we can find center pretty easy. I think that's not going to be wide enough though. I need to go, let's go 17. That should be wide enough for what I want to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my wheels down. Looks like we're getting pretty low on fuel, so let me grab some ice out of here so we can do this and toss the ice back in there. And I'm going to have to replace this wheel because it didn't quite drop the wheel. I think I was in the way of it. There we go. Wheel placed. And let me move my other camera here so you guys can see this a little bit better. And this one should be this wheel. Good. Now, let's see. That's going to be the front part. So we're going to have to run back here. And I'm going to need more steel plates for this. And I believe this is going to be a good place for the second set of wheels. Alright, so let's see. I need to go ahead and get these connected. This will be our first section. If we want to add on to it, we're going to run it like this for now, and then we'll add on to it afterwards. But this will be our main section, our first section here. So let me go ahead and get all of this placed. Like I said, I want to do more rovers in this series. So I believe making the base into a rover is going to be a really good idea. And then we can convert the base over into a flying machine in order to, once we're ready to leave the planet. I think that's probably our best bet. Make a completely mobile base that makes it all the way to Titan with us. And I need to go ahead and place this last wheel here. There we go. And finish placing the flooring here. There we go. Now that the floor is all placed, I want to go ahead and get these wheels made, and also I'm going to need to go ahead and lower it as soon as possible as well. So because it's too high up and I don't want to break anything to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use pistons to lower it. So we'll get into that shortly. I just need to go ahead and get these wheels built up. So let's go ahead and queue all this mess up. Alright, I've got all of those queued up, so let's go ahead and empty out and grab what we can here. Looks like we're still going to be short some stuff, so that's fine though. We can always take apart what we've already got and make new. This is quite nice. I'm sitting here taking all this stuff apart, and I just realized that these missiles actually contain platinum. So if I get enough of these, which I think I may have in storage over here, I should be able to build around the tools. That would be amazing. That way we could go ahead and start out with level 3 tools. That'll help out quite a bit. I also want to add to the ship here that we're building currently a way to grind as well off the front, I think. But the first thing I need to do is I need to go ahead and grab some fuel here, because I've been dumb and flying way more often than I should. We do have elite tools already, but it's a good idea to have extra just in case, if you know what I mean. But as of now, we're going to go ahead and finish this up and queue up what we need for the wheels, and then go ahead and lower the rover. Okay, so we're all done with that, so let's go ahead and queue this stuff up here real quick. We still need some motors and stuff like that. It looks like motors are probably going to be the #1 problem that we have at the moment, because we need tons and tons of motors, but we don't get a lot of those from these bases, so we may end up having to take a ship down or something along that lines to start with. We've got plenty of nickel, so we might be alright. Alright, so we have all the components built, so I'm going to go ahead and finish these up real quick. The next thing I need to do is I need to worry about getting to the point to where I can lower this thing down safely. Now to lower it, I'm going to use pistons and just bring it down slowly. Okay, so we're going to need to do some pistons up here. I'm going to put the pistons right there. So let's grab them. Ooh, we haven't unlocked them yet. What do we need to unlock the pistons? Okay, it looks like they are under batteries, which is good because we're going to need batteries anyway. So let's go ahead and queue up some batteries. I'm going to go ahead and place 6 batteries down here. We're not going to be able to build 6 of them yet. I'm just going to build 1 at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and place 6 so I already know where I want to put them when it's over with. And I'm going to go ahead and finish queuing this up specifically. That way I can grab out what I need. Alright, so we got 1 battery built here. Now I'm going to go ahead and while we're at it, I'm going to grind down, since we've got some battery storage here already, I don't think we're going to be needing a lot of the energy from here. So I'm going to grind down one of these solar panels here, and I'm going to place it on the base here, just so we can work on getting that battery some power. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to figure out how high up I want to go here. I think that may be high enough, and we're just going to place it on top here and grab some steel plates. Alright, now it has power. As soon as the sun comes up, it'll actually start giving itself power. Now that that's done, we can work on the pistons here. So I'm going to need at least 4 of these, maybe more. I think 4 may be enough, so I'm just going to queue up 4 real quick. Alright, so I'm getting these built up. I'm actually not going to worry about the piston heads for this because all I'm doing is extending and retracting, so I'm not too worried about the head, if you know what I mean. As long as it's there, it doesn't have to be built. Alright, so that's good. Let's go ahead and extend all of these. And hope they're long enough to reach the ground. I may need 4 more. Okay, so I'm almost certain this one's going to. Yeah, it looks like all of them are going to reach. Okay, so they're close enough to the ground to where when this thing drops, it's not really going to hurt anything. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that. I'm going to quick save just to be on the safe side here. Good deal. Now I'm going to get rid of all of this mess here so I can lower these. And I'm just going to grab all the pistons here since they're all fully extended, and I'm going to reverse them at 0.1 meters per second, and that should lower the entire thing down nice and slowly. Okay, I believe the brakes are on. I did save just to be on the safe side. Oh, that worked out beautifully. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and pick up these pistons because we don't need these anymore. They were just to lower the rover here. Ooh, that was close. It started rolling, so I had to chock the wheels real quick because I don't have any way to control it quite yet. I need to build... Ooh, almost ran over my other little rover here. I need to build a seat, a control seat. So let's go ahead and get that going. It doesn't really matter where I put this at the moment. I'm going to probably end up moving it before it's over with. So I'm going to go ahead and queue one of these up. Alright, so now we're just going to place this right up front here. It looks like we've got everything we need for it. Good to go. So I can hit the P button to park. Normally I wouldn't hit the P button. I do know that it'll disconnect anything connected to your grid. But that's fine for now since we don't have anything at all connected to the grid. Okay, now that we've got the rover built, I'm going to start transferring a lot of this stuff from the base over here onto the rover shortly. I think I need to transfer probably the assembler. We see the assembler, the cryo chamber. I think I'm going to build a crane to pick these batteries up too, because these batteries are going to be a good thing to keep, and start grinding the rest of this stuff down and transferring it over as well. So first thing I got to do is open these batteries up. So let's go ahead and work on that a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to leave the video here. In the next episode, we'll work on getting a crane up so we can just pick stuff up and possibly either grind it or place it onto the base like these batteries that we want to do here. And probably get the assembler and stuff up and running on the base rover as well. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. How about dropping a like to let me know that you did? Also, if you're new here and you haven't already, help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. If you want to see more, click one of the 2 videos on your screen now. Thank you. Have a nice day.